Okay, so everybody's heard the term downsizing. I don't really like that term.
I know. I like right-sizing.
Right-sizing.
That's a better word.
Yeah, I like it.
I know when we made the decision to kind of change houses and get into something new, we were looking to right size.
Yes.
We still wanted to have 4 bedrooms so that all the kids could still have space when they came back and have guest rooms, right?
Yeah.
So we looked at that floor plan to say, okay, well, we probably needed another bedroom on the main level in addition to the primary suite.
Well, because we had aging parents
Yeah.
that visit and people that come over. Yes, I grew up where home is just where my family is. It wasn't a place because we did move around a lot. And I think that's where people get caught up like, oh, we lived here, our kids lived here. And then having the conversation with our kids about, where do you feel home is? And were you sad to leave that home? And they're like, no, not really. So I think it was more me than them, which was kind of funny.
A lot of people have sentimental attachments to their houses and especially their homes where their kids were born and grew up. But in thinking of that next move, we always like to anticipate that. We kind of do that for a lot of our clients and say, hey, your last child is about to move out, head to college, or they're out of college, and so it might be a time to look for that right size moment, to get in that space that you really are going to love for the next 10, 15, 20 years.
Yes, and we probably did it a little sooner because we had our youngest was still in high school, so he finished out school here, but then we knew we were anticipating that transition for us.
Sure.
And we didn't want stairs.
Yeah. Well, we didn't really need the basement anymore.
Correct.
We were hoping to kind of not have that basement space to collect things and also just to have the stairs because a lot of times your garage space is down there. But we also love having walkout backyard. Would you say that would be one of the highlights
Our most favorite place to hang out?
Yeah, and it's just straight out the back, and you can walk out from the kitchen, no steps, and it's great.
I was at ages when we say one step.
Absolutely,
oh,
yeah. But it's it's all everybody. It happens to everybody, and so you got to anticipate that. So we've enjoyed having that part of it, even though we still have our office upstairs. We go upstairs.
Well, and I think back about when we bought this house for our right size, there wasn't a lot of housing products, let's just say, out there that really met the needs of aging people that want to move out of stairs, out of a basement. And now we find, especially here in Hoover, they've really caught up. So there's so many neighborhoods that have kind of those oversized garden homes because we came from over 3,000 square feet.
Yes.
We didn't want to go into a 1,700 square foot garden home. We needed something a little more just because our kids are kind of in and out and we still have stuff. And I love that about Hoover, that they've kind of caught up with those oversized garden homes and that product is available now. When it wasn't for us, but this worked for us. But
well, I think 2 things happened. I think you realize that you had those, people who the kids were moving out, they were aging, they really did want to get rid of stairs, but they didn't want to get into that small space. Like you said, they really still needed like 24, 25, even 3,000 square feet.
Yeah.
So they built a lot of plans that had that 28 to 3,000, maybe even 3,500 square feet. It fit better for their lifestyle, but also gave them the space that they needed. And one more thing, community.
Yes.
One of the things that really I think has stood out is they built these communities that people could move into, have lots of activities, friends, neighborhood events, all these things have kind of grown.
Well, and going back to the basement, it's almost like the flip-flop. So the basement is now you don't have the basement, you have like a bonus room upstairs. So yes, there are stairs, but you're not having to go into the basement. It's like that could be your storage, or that could be your office, or that could be where your grandkids hang out.
Yeah, flex spaces are good, but
I love that. But yeah, the community definitely is important because that was important to us. Where we moved from, we were in a small cul-de-sac. We really didn't get to know our neighbors that well because we had so few. And then when we moved here, one of our good friends moved behind us, and then we met other people that are on our streets and just can have that. I know we keep saying community, but have that camaraderie with people and hanging out and get to know their kids, and their kids are growing up, and I just think that's fun.
Yeah, it has been fun.
Well, listen, if you are ready to right size or downsize, we really like right size. we're here to help you because we've been through it. So we will give you the pros and cons of the things that we learned during the process.
Yes.
We can't wait to help you.